Hey everyone, it's October 16th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with Ukrainian serial killer Andrei Chikatilo, known as the Rostov Ripper, who murdered at least 52 victims, mostly children, beginning in 1978. And that is him right up there. Born in 1936 in a rural village in what was then part of the USSR, Chikatilo's early years were spent in a famine-stricken and war-torn part of Europe, with German bombing raids blanketing his homeland. He also suffered from hydrocephalus, water on the brain, at birth, which caused him urinary tract problems throughout his life, including bedwetting and erectile dysfunction. His father was conscripted into the Soviet army and sent to the front, where he was captured and held as a POW, causing other children to mercilessly bully Chikatilo. This caused him to be very shy, and his only experience with members of the opposite gender came when he was 15, when he held a girl down and attempted to sexually assault her, but finished immediately, not even completing the act. He failed his entrance exam when trying to get into Moscow State University and moved to a town near Rostov in Russia in 1960. His sister was living with him and set him up with a coworker who he married in 1963. They had 2 children despite his sexual troubles and had what seemed to be a normal life. In 1971, he took work as a school teacher, but quickly lost the job when children reported that he was inappropriately touching them. 1978 saw the first confirmed murder victim of Chikatilo, a 9-year-old girl who he lured into a shed and sexually assaulted. He stabbed the girl with a knife as he reached climax, tying his sexual pleasure to the victimization of children in his mind. Chikatilo had been seen with the child, but his wife provided an alibi, and the police missed their opportunity to catch him early on and prevent the deaths of dozens of children. Instead, a 25-year-old convicted sex offender was accused and confessed to the crime, likely due to brutal interrogation techniques. He was executed a few years later. In 1981, Chikatilo killed again, and he began to kill with abandon, racking up at least 56 victims during the decade. He would often use a knife as a substitute for his lacking sexual prowess, and in many cases cut off parts of the children's bodies and ate them. By 1990, the media had heavily pressured local authorities to find out who was killing children in the area, and they arrested Chikatilo on November 20th. A police psychiatrist interviewed him and was able to get him to open up about his activities, and he confessed to 56 murders, 20 more than the 36 that the police knew about. His trial was a media circus, and he did his part to provide a show, at one point dropping his pants and waving his genitals at the families of his victims. Chikatilo was found guilty of 52 murders and sentenced to death for each, and in 1994 his sentence was carried out with a bullet to the back of his head. The psychiatrist who interviewed Chikatilo, Alexander Bukanovsky, went on to become a famed expert on the topic of serial killers. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Andrei Chikatilo, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.